Good afternoon and welcome to another edition on the Kaye Games channel. My name is Kaye, and as always, it is great to have you with us today. Today is the day. We are finally getting our first looks at Train Sim World 6. As most of you know, I usually play Train Sim Classic, but I do have Train Sim World in my repertoire. I am eager to get this started. So I think the first run we will do will be a run that's close to home off of the Morristown Line. On my last attempt on Train Sim Classic, I started off in the ALP 46, leaving from Penn Station. Today, I think I will try the Arrow, leaving from Hoboken out to Gladstone. And then after that, we will hop back onto the Morristown Line in the ALP 45, just so we can see what that deluxe looks like. But for now, let's hop into the first one. I've actually already picked out a route I would like to start with. So I'm just gonna get it loaded. Can't find it, so I'll just scroll down into it. The Arrow. Light clouds, solid clouds. And here we go. And there was the first hiccup I've seen so far in Train Sim World 6. That little audio pop is definitely not normal. Okay, so we are in Hoboken. Now, I am not familiar with this setup, so bear with me. First, I need to insert the plug. And the cutoff valve in. Is there anything else I need here? All right, well, let's get the doors open. Off the bat, I really like the way this Arrow looks. Let's take a look at the PIS board. I do like the upgraded GIS board. Overall, it is an accurate representation of Hoboken. As it is time to depart, the doors closed. Hop back in the cab. These are the brakes. Applying power. So far, I love the way this old-timey locomotive feels. And I'm seeing this for the first time, just like you guys, so this will be a learning curve for the both of us. Nice and bouncy. Physics, improved physics. As we traverse through the yard. It's good to be home. Glad this is my first route of the day. I believe that warning was for a track change, speed limit change. You should be up to 30 pretty soon. There it is. I'm just gonna apply a little more power. So far, I love the way this sounds. It sounds just like home. No offense to my UK followers, but this is home for me. Although I do love UK trains. You get your turn. I do enough videos out there. I can start with this. Right, next stop is Meadows Track 1. Place I've never heard of before. I've heard of the Meadowlands, but Meadows Track 1 is next. It's probably a short track at that. Just gonna add a little more power. A little ghosting there. Seeing some light silhouettes from the train in the next tunnel. Peeking through. Two miles to Meadows. Now, I've never taken this line leaving Hoboken. I would have to assume it does not stop at Secaucus Junction. Which is a pretty standard and busy interchange. It's usually the interchange I get off at to transfer to New York. But seeing as this does not go to New York, I'm pretty sure it just goes straight towards Newark Broad Street. Probably as its second stop, because the first stop is Meadows in 8,000 feet. But welcome to New Jersey for my UK followers. My home, which is another reason why I'm glad they actually chose this line. One of my favorite trains is the ALP 46, so it's cool to actually get to see this route in the game. Hop out real quick. That really is a beautiful train. Well done overall, as we can now go up to 75 miles an hour. Just want to hear what it sounds like. That's pretty cool. Don't want to overdo it too much. I got to stop coming up. Switch that back. Lumbering. I'm gonna start light braking here. I'm not really sure about the brakes on this thing. 1,000 feet away from this first stop. A little more braking. Looks like a small platform. It's interesting, this isn't a lap system like the ALPs. But it is what it is. All right, this is Meadow. Doors are opening on the right. One door. Very short platform. we have over a minute to spare. I'm just going to look around. Not under, around. No, number 8 camera. I'll stop a little short. Again, my first time driving this, so forgive me for not fully putting 2 cars on this platform. Not really sure where this area is. Can't fly out too far right now. But you can definitely see New York in the background. Not much else to see. Just gonna set up the camera for drive away. As I get the doors locked. With the 45 passing. Sweet. Releasing the brakes. Applying power. .8 miles to Newark Broad Street. And this beautiful Arrow 3. I'm liking this already. Just gonna drop down. Got a 45 coming up. This window open. There we go. Three miles to Newark Broad. So Secaucus Junction is the other way on the far end of that screen where I-95 is passing, and it meets up with us over here. I believe we're going to go underneath it. Which is where we start to meet up with Amtrak trains and trains to Newark Penn Station to the left over here. And we should be veering to the right. Just gonna apply a little more power. That's another glitch. So far I'm seeing a couple of audio glitches. That signal light was a glitch as well. Well, there's still going to be bugs. Don't expect everything to be done. Should I signal? It's interesting that this unit does not have an actual reverser. This is not a reverser. It's very unique. I don't think I've seen this on any other locomotive before. But then again, I've never rode in an Arrow 3 before, so. It's still kind of modern. It's got a digital screen over here. And I can still see my left to my right of the acknowledge button. I can still see my yellow and green signals telling me what's coming up. ACES, I believe it's called. feet to Newark Broad Street. Should be just on the other end of this bridge we're about to cross. So I drop down to 30. Oh, that sounds awesome.
The next station stop is Newark Broad Street. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
This is Newark Broad Street. Start braking a little bit. Not fully comfortable with the braking system on this yet. Does this have a bell? I don't think so. Alright, those are opening
Stop is Newark Broad Street.
on the left. It's very accurately detailed. I've driven on this highway many times. Although it's a highway and not a 4-lane local street. It's a literal highway. I won't knock him for that. I do like the busyness of the passengers leaving the station. All right, doors are going to be closing. And we are good to depart. Releasing the brakes. And applying power. No bell on the arrow. so far it looks good. Wish we had an Arrow and Train Sim Classic. I would have driven that a little more if they did. They probably do. I just have not found it. But next stop is East Orange. East Orange. We are in the oranges. Naranjas. For my Spanish people. Mode carrying a 45, and this is a 46 at the head. (6,000 feet), 35 miles an hour coming up. This area well. I'm just a little rusty. I've been playing on my computer for so long, I almost forgot how to handle the PS5. But all of my Train Sim World content is on my PlayStation. So just a little rusty here.
The next station stop is East Orange. When
Thank you.
leaving the train, please watch the gap.
I will say it is nice to actually have that. For everyone who knows me, actually know I usually do my own announcements. But to not have to worry about that, it's pretty cool. This is East Orange. Doors will be opening on the right.
This station stop is East Orange.
Sounds a little generic. I kind of prefer my own announcements, but I won't knock it. You know, Dovetail definitely improved the immersion for me with this game by adding the announcements and all the train faults and stuff like that. So I haven't heard any station announcements yet, but the onboard announcements are pretty cool so far. That took a long time to pipe. see little tears in the video.
The next station stop is Third Church. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
Oh, it's raining. Those aren't tears. I didn't set this to rain. Wow, that's slow.
And Gladstone, please stand back from the yellow line.
Doors are opening on the right. This is Brick Church.
Stop is Brick Church.
All right, doors are closing. Buying power. Still in the oranges. Next stop is Orange. All these stops are pretty tight, close together.
The next station stop is Orange. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
This is Orange. Down the yellow line, please. Doors are opening on the right.
This station stop is Orange.
Say clear the closing doors. Some brakes and departing. Coming up on Highland. I keep thinking a brake is released. There's an extra click that I have to get past. And I keep thinking I'm coasting and I'm not. This is Highland Avenue.
Penn and Gladstone, please stand back from the yellow line.
Oh, there's someone else.
This station stop is Highland Avenue.
It's a cool shot. All right, doors are closing. Oh, come on, dude. Which door is stuck? And there we go. Random faults, guys. Random faults. Although I did have a cool shot I wanted to use leaving, but this will do. Passing 46. Mountain is next.
The next station stop is Mountain Station. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
Doors opening on the right.
This station stop is Mountain Station.
Doors are closing. Releasing the brake. And departing. This really is a beautiful old school train. I actually don't think I ever see these running on the line, but now I'll pay attention for them.
The next station stop is South Orange. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
And it looks like I have a door stuck, but I was allowed to move anyway, so we'll have to fix that when I stop this train at this next station, which is now. Let's go find what door is open. And let's see. Any more?
Attention South Orange Station customers. The next train to stop at South Orange Station customers. The ALP 45DP. Train to and Station New York is expected to arrive on track approximately.
Okay, all doors unstuck. Let's see how far they have this detailed. It's pretty cool. I'm sure I'm already late. And departing. Next stop is Maplewood. These wipers go faster. There we go. Maplewood, home of the worst police department I have ever seen. That's a story for another day. I'm really not a fan of the dynamic weather. If I wanted it to rain, I would have set it to rain. I actually wanted to see the scenery. You can't see the scenery now with all this gloom and wet weather going on.
The next station stop is Maplewood. When leaving the train, please watch the gas.
Of course, now that it's raining, I want to start slowing down even faster so I don't get wheel slipping. Another audio glitch there. Hoping Dovetail is aware of these. because I was not getting them before this. Doors are opening on the left.
This station stop is Maplewood.
Nice bright headlights. Now that's weird. Why is this door allowed to be opened? You should not be getting out where the driver is driving. But if I change that, and do this, now you have a hole in the front. I'm at a loss for words here. But that's a little more safer than the other way. We're ready to depart. Millburn is next. Releasing the brakes, applying power. I'm just a little upset there's no bell. I'm just used to that bell on that 46. Hearing that bell as it's taking off. Alright, going full beans here. Got more than 6,000 feet. Outside for a bit. This really is a beautiful train. Braking here. I'll go 50%. The wet track.
The next station stop is Milburn. When leaving the train, please watch the gas.
American trains always announce themselves right before they hit the platforms, or at least from what I've noticed. Right, doors are opening on the right. Watch your toes. Short Hills next. Mall I've been to a couple of times. We are in the Arrow 3, heading to Gladstone on the New Jersey Transit Network. On our way to Short Hills, New Jersey. And I just want it to stop raining so we can see some scenery. These cameras. We'll see how I feel when I hop in that 45. I'm pretty sure I'm not on time.
This station stop is Short Hill.
Okay, doors are closing. Releasing the brakes. Applying power. Summit is next. I wonder how involved Brandon is on the American DLCs. I know he is probably the lead on the signaling for this route, I just seen a video, and by Brandon I mean Cactus Juice, if you don't know what I'm talking about. He is pretty knowledgeable. You know, everything he says that has a video for, I like it. I learned a lot from watching his videos. I'm trying to do my own route, and his videos are so extensive that it's flashing yellow here. It's so extensive that you almost go into a brain fog because there's so much knowledge that he's throwing out there, which can be good and bad. Good because, all right, well, now I understand, you know, what I need to do to actually get my own route started if I wanted to do that. And bad because if I don't know what he's talking about, it's like, oh, well, I don't understand what he's talking about. It's too much stuff. But don't let that deter you. I've messaged him a couple of times, and he will answer me, and I'm actually grateful for that. You know, he's good for the community, and I'm pretty sure most of you people know exactly who Cactus Juice is, so me telling you this stuff is probably useless knowledge because you know what he can do. But this route, so far I'm really liking it. This Arrow 3, I'm really liking it. I just wish I set my weather to not dynamic, because I just wanted to see the scenery as well. My first run, you know, I want to see the scenery.
The next station stop is Summit. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
Also, I haven't looked at the passenger car yet. Red over yellow. Slow down. It's quite possible this next signal is red. It's gonna coast in here, although I'm clear to the platform. A little bit of power in. To the stop. Looks like the light is red.
This station stop is Summit.
And we have a red signal, guys. And that's that. So, first impression, I like it. Second thought, I actually did think we were going to be going to Gladstone on the Gladstone line. But knowing where this train leaves the Morristown line, I was pretty sure we were not going on the Gladstone line. But still a good run overall. I enjoyed it. The Arrow 3 is a very nice unit, and I'm glad I started off with that. All right, let's pick a service. We're gonna hop into 45 for this trip. And I think we'll start in Dover. Head back to New York. And here we go. All right. Let's get the cab set up. My first time in a 45, so bear with me. Just want to see what they have. I'm pretty sure it's similar to the 46. I'll put those in auto. I'll put the headlights in bright. Reverser handle into forward. There we go. I'll just make sure that the brakes are cut in. Anything else over here? Looks like the other side's stuff. All right, let's hop outside. As we see Dover. This guy's on a bench. Doors are opening. This is Dover, New Jersey. And we are using a whole platform today. With a little shoot off. So I'm assuming I am going to need all the real estate today. Let's get the doors closed. As I set up for departure. Doors are closing. Releasing the brakes. Brakes are piping. Applying power. She's a long one today. Speed change coming up. Now clear to Gulf 55. Next stop is Denville, New Jersey. In 3.5 miles. As we meet up with the Gladstone line at the next station. The two lines split after Newark Broad Street, but they meet up at Denville. A downhill gradient. Oh, now it's flattened out. Because we did the shot from the outside, I did not get a chance to hear the announcement. So we will take a look at that in 2.5 miles. Unlike the Arrow 3, this has a lap system braking. It's pretty much a second step of braking compared to the single step braking of the Arrow. So basically I have to apply my own pounds of pressure for however fast or slow I want to stop this train, rather than one single power braking handle. As we start to get close, we're going to start my braking. Still far away, but just want to make sure I'm still comfortable with this braking. The line reaches 60 miles an hour now. I do like how it tells you that on the dash, along with the system requirements. Now it's telling me this train is only allowed to do 45. And I'm going to drop even more. Get it down to 30. I don't think I noticed that before on the 46. As
The next station
tells me about
stop
the 30.
is Denville. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
This is Denville. We are a long train. I don't think this full train will fit at this station.
This station stop is Denville.
Those are opening on the right. So as you can see, this platform over here has a different labeling on it. Like it says Montclair Boonton. And this one tells you Morristown Line. Doors are closing. Chad. Bells and whistles. Nope, sit down. Where you going? Alright, releasing the brakes. That pipe a little bit. Applying power. And we're good to go. As I recall, these stations are pretty close together. I believe with the exception of like maybe one or two of them. So hopping out on this journey is going to be a little scarce.
The next station stop is Mount Tabor. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
American trains usually give a warning about probably like a mile out from the stations. It's just something I've noticed. I don't know if it's an actual fact. It's just something I've noticed. And this is a tiny station, very tiny. I'm just gonna creep up on it. So tiny it doesn't have a platform. I'm just gonna go to the street level crossing. My bell's on.
This station stop is Mount Tabor.
This is one of those weird ones.
Orange, Brick Church, Newark Broad Street, Secaucus, and Penn Station, New York. Please stand back from the yellow line.
Yeah, like why is this even a station?
Watch the gap between the train and the platform when boarding.
Alright, doors are closing. Party. That was pretty cool. And we have a temporary board. Speed restriction of 45. Three miles from Morris Plains. On a downhill gradient. And while we have space to run, I'm gonna go outside a little bit. I do love the foliage. Right now, I guess it's considered fall, so using time of year, although I haven't set it up that way. I don't know what's going on with that camera. Alright, I'm gonna start braking a little bit. Speed drops to 60 or increases to 60. Coming up on Morris Plains. I'll show you the more desk. And we are very long today. We will be using all of the platform on most of these stops. We will probably be short. About 3,000 feet away from Morris Plains.
The next station stop is Morris Plains. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
This is Morris Plains. Doors will be opening on the right.
This station stop is Morris Plains.
There we go. Doors are closing. Releasing the brakes. Wow, these brakes take a while to release the air. There's no bell. Two miles to Morristown. Wow, those trains are really close together. I just noticed those green little reflectors on the containery. I don't know what those are. I've never noticed that before. Just gonna set up for my braking. Announcement should be coming soon.
The next station stop is Morristown. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
Some brakes. Bell. This is Morristown. Doors will be opening on the right. Gonna apply power. We are on uphill gradient, so it's slowing me down a little more than I want to. 10 should be enough. Of course, if I had route knowledge, I wouldn't have to think about that because I would have known what speed I should have been coming in at. But still slightly short. But this is my first run, so
This station stop is Morristown.
doors are closing. Full power. It's weird. The bell's turned off by itself. Next stop is Convent. Still on an uphill gradient. As the line speed changes to 70. If I actually wanted to do this HUDless, I could totally do this. With this unit anyway. Street level crossing. Again, I don't know the route that well. I obviously should have blown that bell way back there for that street level crossing, and they usually do for the most part when I ride this train.
The next station stop is Convent. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
Not this train specifically, but all of New Jersey Transit uses these 45s and 46s. So, coming up on Convent. This is Convent. using all of the platform today.
This station stop is Convent.
Nobody wants to get on? Train was rolling for some reason. Nobody wants to get on. Okay. Thank you for wasting my time. Have a rotten day. Sorry, that's the New Yorker in me. Two miles to Madison. And uncharacteristically of New Jersey Transit, I am 5 minutes late. The one thing I will give New Jersey Transit credit for, they are usually on time. When I need to be somewhere, that train is never late. Of course, I don't take the train as much anymore. I do have a car, but when I do travel on New Jersey Transit, they are pretty much on time. Slow down a little bit. Steep gradient. Next stop is Madison.
The next station stop is Madison. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
This is Madison.
This station stop is Madison.
Doors are closing. Flying power. All right, next stop is Chatham. In just under 2 miles. Though I live in New Jersey, sad to say, I've only been on this line once in my lifetime. And I think the one time I was on it, I was heading to Summit to look for a car. That was before I realized dealerships were shady. I was still young and had no clue. Coming up on Chatham.
The next station stop is Chatham. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
This is Chatham.
stop is Chatham.
Doors are closing. That bell should not disappear on its own. It's done that twice already. I don't know if that's a bug, but Belltail needs to fix that. Next stop is Summit. Looks like we're being held for a train on the right. That arrow really is a cool looking train. Just gonna creep up to the signal slowly. Hopefully it'll change by the time I get there. And of course we're on an uphill gradient. It may still want me to stop as an approach light, but we'll see when we get there. And we are now restricted to 20. So says cab. And now we can get up to 30.
The next station stop is Summit. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
Still on yellow. This is Summit. Doors are opening on the right.
This station stop is Summit.
Short Hills is next. Beautiful arrow next to us. Coming up on Short Hills.
The next station stop is Short Hills. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
To Short Hills.
This station stop is Short Hills.
Doors are closing. Millburn's next. Trains allow me up to 45 now. And 50. I've seen this train shut down if you don't listen to it. That's that ATC ACES system that they use, where it protects itself.
The next station stop is Milburn. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
Coming up on Milburn. This is Milburn. Doors will open on the right. Next stop is Maplewood, home to the worst police force in New Jersey. So the reason why I feel that way about the Maplewood Police Department, and this is a true story. I was spending a day with my daughter, who actually lives in Newark. But the section of Newark that she lives in, it's pretty much on the border of Newark and Maplewood. So the side of the street that I was parked on when I went to visit her was the Maplewood side. And what happened was I went back to my car and someone actually smashed into my car. They T-boned it and just left. So I called the Maplewood police so that, you know, I can get a report done, so I can get my insurance to handle it and I can get it fixed. And I went through the whole process. They gave me a number to a detective so he can hear my story, and I tell him all the information about what I know.
The next station stop is Maplewood. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
So I tell him everything that I know about what happened. Obviously, I don't have much details. I wasn't there. Someone hit me while I was, you know, visiting someone else. I wasn't in the car. And I pretty much do all the legwork for them. I actually found out who hit me. And instead of me handling it on my own like a true New Yorker, I gave them all the info so that they can take care of it. And lo and behold, I had video, well, not video, but I had actual proof of the damage on my car, proof of the damage on the other car. Same color, same area, same spot where I was hit on the other car. I had my matching paint on it and everything. And they never got back to me.
This station stop is Maplewood.
So I keep calling, and their response is, "We can't prove that the guy hit you." I'm like, "What do you mean you can't prove? You can't even look into it? Like, I pretty much did your job for you. I pretty much did your job for you. You can't even talk to the person and pretty much detect, you know, what your job title is. Detect. Talk to people. See if this guy acknowledges that he hit me." They didn't want to do none of that. They were the most inept police department I've ever seen. Like, how do you not even attempt to look into the situation? So, needless to say, instead of me taking care of it on my own, now I can't take care of it because I already came to them to see if they can take care of it the right way, instead of me doing it the New York way, which I would have gotten my compensation back. I'm not saying I would have done anything bad. I'm just saying it would have been handled. So had I did it a different way, it would have been handled. I know what the guy looks like. I actually know where he lives because it's in the same area as where my daughter lives. So I would have seen him. and I would have handled it a different way. Again, not saying I would have done anything bad. I'm just saying I would have handled it a different way. But the whole ducking and dodging over a car accident, like, why do I have to call you 50 million times just to get an answer that you're not gonna do your job? It's just, I don't know, it left a sour taste in my mouth, you know? You spend so much money on a car, paying for a car that's pretty much expensive already, and then you're telling me I gotta fix this car out of my own pocket now? My insurance has to go up now? All because you don't want to investigate and actually see what happened? But if it was, you know, a murder and they wanted information from me, they'd be like, oh, well, you're not being cooperative.
The
Hey,
next station stop
guess what?
is
You're not being
South
cooperative.
Orange. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
So, don't be the pot calling the kettle, you know? And this is why stereotypes come about where black people do not cooperate with the police. This is just another case, a more simpler case, but I digress. Back to driving trains. This is South Orange. Doors will be opening on the right. And from everything I've seen about this game, I can guarantee you
This station stop is South Orange.
up outside. I can guarantee you that this is extremely accurate. Like, I am familiar with this area, obviously. Doors are closing. And everything from what I've seen is extremely accurate. Full power here. Now I know I tend to criticize some of the names in the UK for being funny or weird. We have an area called Orange. Alright, there's nothing I can say about the name of Orange. East Orange, South Orange. Like, how can I make fun of somewhere else when we have places called Orange? In the UK, there's a place called Bat and Ball, so I mean, it is what it is. Not stopping here. Dropping down to 30. Train's telling me to. uphill, so I'm just gonna put a little more power. And now it wants me to drop to 20. That's because there's a red light. And now it's yellow. We may be following that arrow that left in front of us. It's the reason why we're chasing lights now. We're chasing lights, guys. I'm just gonna keep it around 25. Light braking. That arrow really is a cool looking unit.
The next station stop is Orange. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
This is Orange.
This station stop is Orange.
Excuse me. Doors are closing. Let's see where I can post up for exit. We're still chasing yellows, so I'll just be a little cautious. Next stop is Brick Church.
The next station stop is Brick Church. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
So now we are in Newark.
This station stop is Brick Church.
Newark Broad Street is next. Last stop in Newark. And we're back on cautionary speed, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. Still chasing yellows. Gradient. A slight break in my more braking in. Still too hot. There we go. Newark Broad Street is next, followed by Secaucus Junction and New York Penn Station. Our final destination.
The next station stop is Newark Broad Street. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
Still on yellow. This is Newark Broad Street.
This station stop is Newark Broad Street.
This is accurate. I know this area very well. Not accurate to a T, but it's fairly accurate. Got the highway over here next to you. I believe that's 280. Although it's not a 4-lane street. But it's fairly accurate. Let me get the doors closed. Release the brakes. Line power. And we're still on yellows, so bridge. I totally forgot about it. Looks like we have another via location coming up. As we start to meet up with the Northeast Corridor line. And we're still chasing yellows. Now, I don't have all of my layers, obviously, because this is day one and all the layers are not in the game yet. Fortunately, I have to wait till next week. But it would have been nice to have done this run with all of my Amtrak AI on it. But now I guess I have to do a second run. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but who wants to do things twice? Still on yellows. So now my track speed can get up to 45. Looks like I'm 3,000 feet from a via location. I had to stop last time. Let's see if I'm being held up for another train as I come around this turn, hitting the northeast corridor lines. I'll just keep it around 30 for now. There's a whole bunch of signal speed changes coming up. Not sure if I need to stop here. Nope. Okay, I keep going. I have a red over green, which is a 45, if I'm not mistaken. I forget my American signal speeds. Crossing over. Suck if I lost this when I'm so close to the end here. Going uphill. Traveling under I-95 as we meet up with the rest of the northeast corridor heading into Secaucus. And I'm still on the green. Line speed is now 70. Line speed is now 90. I'm only going as high as 60 because I happen to know that the bridge is 60 miles an hour coming up. I am very familiar route knowledge-wise with this area right here. If I wanted to lose the HUD, I could. I've done many runs on the Northeast Corridor. Would have been nice to see an Acela train or an Amtrak train whizzing by us right about now. It's for all the bridge workers. Speed drops back down to 45 into the station. Then it's 75 on the other side of Secaucus. Until you hit the tunnel. And then in the tunnel it's 60. Followed by a 15 just before you hit New York Penn Station. But this is Secaucus Junction. You can transfer to all your New Jersey Transit
The next
links
station
here.
stop is Secaucus. When leaving the
Hoboken
train,
is on
please
the lower
watch the gap.
This is Frank Lautenberg Station. Doors will be opening on the left.
This station stop is Secaucus.
Next stop is Penn Station, our final destination. New York Penn is next. $75 until the tunnel, until we get into the tunnel, and it's 60 in the tunnel. $60 in a tunnel, should be 15 miles an hour on the other end as we head on the downhill under the Henry Hudson River. The New York side will be an uphill gradient. Are enjoying day one of Train Sim World 6. There are a lot of bugs. From what I understand, they released the wrong build again. So hopefully when I play this again, things will be a lot better. I know this tunnel well. This is usually about the time I lose cell service. That's a glitch. Coming up. Slow down to a manageable speed. As we now climb on this gradient out of the tunnel. Just trying to match my gradient speed so I can keep a consistent 15 coming out of this tunnel. Hopefully I have green lights.
The next station stop is New York Penn Station. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
I have a green. '15 approach. Welcome to New York City. We are scheduled in on track 7. And it looks like we have green lights. I don't usually hear any bells or whistles in Penn Station, so I'm gonna come in dry. But this is Penn Station. Welcome to New York City. Please make sure you have all your belongings with you. Doors will be opening on the left. Thank you for riding New Jersey Transit.
This station stop is New York Penn Station.
And there you have it. That was Dover to New York Penn Station. And that will do it for part 1 of this 3-part series, traversing Train Sim World 6 on release day. Catch me Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern on Twitch for a live stream. If not, you can always catch the re-air right here on this YouTube channel, King Kaye Games. You can also find me in Discord, King Kaye Games, on Twitter, X, King Kaye Games, or whatever social media platforms you decide to look for me on. I'm there. But that will wrap it up for us tonight. Hope you guys had a good time, and I will see you guys later.